fellow YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, we do have a game in a competition we're not ideally looking to win to complete the save, but something I would love to win to add down to the honour board on the Excel spreadsheet. That is, of course, the Italian Super Cup final. We did win the league and the cup double last year, so we play Inter Milan, who finished second in the league last year, to fight them for this trophy. With that all being said and done as well, we've been fantastic in the league. We obviously saw each other last episode to basically we're through the Champions League side of things. This is the one that really matters. I've also just made a promise, as that's the league table there, we're going to finish inside the top 8, just depends where. I've also made a promise here, not to Ismail Benacour, but to Victor Roque. We rejected 90 million from Manchester City. I think he's worth a lot more than 90 million, of course, as well. So with that being said, we've obviously got quite a challenge on our task. If we wanted to keep him here at AC Milan, we've got to win the Champions League. I've very much vocalised if I don't win it this year, I think I'm going to stick around next year. And the fact of the matter is that Milan are giving me a new contract. I've said yes, just in case I don't win the Champions League this year, it's going to give me the opportunity to go one more year. Now, you might be thinking, Damien, why would you do that? Because if you win it this year, it's going to be harder to break this contract. I get all of that, but if you have a look at the staff and you have a look at job security, there's not really a job that is kind of becoming insecure or anything like that. No, Real San Sebastian, maybe. Leipzig, maybe. But, there's no one of those, there's a really big job there. We're not in panic stations that we have to go somewhere immediately as well. But maybe there is a job in there that maybe we'll take. Maybe we do take Ange's job if Leipzig do get the sacking. But if you have a look through here, you've got the German league. Maybe Dortmund get upset finally that they're not finishing inside the top 2. They've been really struggling. I think if Leipzig somehow make it into the Europa League, it becomes quite a prospect. There's no way I would go to Italy because it's completed. Spain yet again. Maybe Real San Sebastian's not a bad shout, but they're not like they're finishing inside the top 5 or 6. So yet again, it's not appealing. And then maybe Arsenal get upset. But there's a lot of maybes and theoreticals where realistically I can secure my future here at AC, and it's going to give me at least another 2 years to win the Champions League. If you spend 4 years in every sort of area that you are, you do what you need to do. Got to remember, we've got 3 years up our sleeve in Spain, and we've got 2 years up our sleeve in England, and usually on Football Manager, these jobs here in England are very volatile. Usually they chop and they change, etc. So with that being said, we're just biding our time, and I think accepting another contract is fine because it leaves me with one of the best teams in the world with money to spend as well. So, without further ado, Italian Cup final. It's the main reason I've signed a new deal. Main reason I told Victor Roque, look, we'll look to win it this year because I think we can. But in saying that, maybe, if we don't win it this year, we have to sell one of our best strikers and off we go. In terms of the team, though, the team's in pretty good shape. We are in full strength for this one here. Please note that Frattesi, due to forms, come in and Tonali's then come in and Ben Core's come out. But, look, it's pretty much the same team you guys have been seeing. They're elite, they're fantastic. If you have a look at the team, everyone's 4-star or better, and 4-star's a leading player. Anyone that's better than 4-star is a world-class player. So you've got 1, 2, 3 world-class players. They're all, leading the star players of the division here, which is, ludicrous. So, you're in a really good spot with how the team looks. Only person that maybe in this team that's a little bit worrying is Fernandez, but he's still averaging a 7.7 this year, just not having the best of time over the last 5. But look, we're in a good spot. This is the competition I want to win. Hopefully we end up winning it. If we don't win it, it's so be it. It does not really matter too much. We're getting bids for all our young guys and stuff like that, which I don't particularly care about. So I've just been accepting, or if I think they've got some sort of potential for Milan not to be screwed in the future, I reject it. Because the goal is not to make Milan, long-term a super powerhouse. But right now we need to make them a powerhouse and we've got the money to spend. Oh man, I didn't realise Hiroshi was not going to be available for this. By the way, he's finally scored his first goal. He scored a very nice goal. Did Hiroshi as well. We got Jenner in the third round of the cup, which I'll be looking to rotate in. But obviously that means we're going to miss a couple of guys here, which is Iwato and Ivan Roldan. I have not given enough game time to. Has been developing though, but I've not given him enough game time at all this year. I haven't really had the opportunity. With that being said, though, Madigan, Kalu, Todibo, Tomori and Hernandez with Tonali, David Fratesi, Olmo, Bruno Fernandes with Bruno Fernandes, and Victor Roque with Rafael Leao up top. It's a pretty fantastic side. On our day, we are sensational, we are world class, and we are the best team in the world. On our day as well, Inter can beat us because they're a very good side. In terms of this Inter side, which, look, we don't take too much notice of Inter now. It's not like we're going to jump ship to Inter or Juve to complete this side of the challenge because we've completed Italy. There's a team on paper, very similar side to what we played against last year. With that being said, I think Curefield has come into this side, who's a very good centre-back as well. And Baston has moved out to left-back, which I actually think is a good thing for us because he's much better at centre-back. With that being said, they've still got Skriniar at the back, who is very experienced, but very much a player we can get at pace-wise. So, without further ado, let's get into it and see what we can do in a big game here in the Super Cup final. Inter, obviously, in the blue and black. We've lost the coin toss there for the colours. We could still wear our red and black, but obviously I know why they wear their white. Lamar's effort's been blocked there by Theo Hernandez. Early warning shot, a sign from Inter. But we still lead. I wish we led. Still 0-0. Lastly, the echo. We are working on it. We will fill this room out a little bit more. It is echoing quite a fair little bit. We'll get to that stage and get it all sorted as well. But yeah, that is that. And that is the first highlight gone. Tomori now finds Theo Hernandez. Drives with it. Went for goal. Wasn't actually as far as I thought it was going to be with that effort. You've seen Theo score some big goals of late. But that is not one of them. 20 minutes played. A little bit struggling. I do say don't know if I prefer Fratesi back line or in the deeper line playmaker. Don't think it really matters too much. The form of Tonali and Fratesi has been too much for me to probably start Benacour. But Benacour's been fine too. Guess Fratesi's been playing against a lot of the weaker sides in the league when we rotate as well. But anyway, it is what it is. I think anyone that we start out of them for is fine. Bruno picks that one up. Rafael Leao, Tonali, Dani Olmo. Theo Hernandez wanted that and was ignored by Dani Olmo, which is a shame there because we're in Tonali winning it back. Who I think he's a great 6. He's also a great 8. He could even be a decent 10. So that's the thing. We've got a world-class lineup that most players can play anyway. Dani Olmo gets a touch. That's pretty poor. It's not the first time we've seen this from Dani Olmo in a big game. Don't know what it is. In big games, Dani Olmo's touch is ludicrously. I'm trying to say it's that bad. I don't get it. He's a great player. He's world class, but every big game he seems to struggle with a first touch, which makes no sense. Which worries me. Which is why I'm tempted to almost not start him in the big Champions League games and use him off the bench as a creative player to change a game, go a little bit more Italian, a little bit more pragmatic. 50 minutes here, it's been an even game. We haven't really showed our true colours yet. Rafael Leao wins that on the press. As long as we don't give it to Dani Olmo, we might build out a chance here. Kalu now. Todibo. Tonali. Drives into the middle of the park for Fratesi. Tonali can whip a ball somewhere. Dani Olmo with a better first touch. See what happens, mate. You move the ball around. Rafael Leao's offside, so I wouldn't even worry about that. Of course, the one chance we create, Rafael Leao standing about 50 feet offside. So that's no goal, that's 0-0. But 50 minutes played, it's not bad. Hoping there's not extra time here, because we do have a third round cup game against Genoa, which I would like to win. I am going to plan to rotate. It's actually not as offside as I thought. I thought it was offside by like this. But yeah, as things stand, 60 minutes played, it's 0-0, and we've struggled. Bruno, though, whips one back stick. Tadebo's a big boy, heads over, though. Set himself nicely. He's probably got to do better when he meets it so flush. Tonali now whips that one in. Tomori was there, was ignored. Well, wasn't ignored, didn't get up. David Fratesi, great ball to Dani Olmo. Tonali now takes his man down the line. Dani Olmo in the box. Needs some options here. It's going to have to go back, I think. And he does go to Theo, who whips one in there, cleared away. And Esposito's going to pick that one up. Salvatore Esposito. Hasn't got much around, but he holds it up nicely. And Lamar. From what you can tell, I think Inter's had the better of this game, just slightly. It's been very poor. But finally we get a ball down the channel into Rafael Leao. Victor Roque screaming for it. First big moment of the game, and well, great save from Manana. Poor finish from Victor Roque. Has to pick a corner, hit it straight at the keeper. Still have to react though. But yeah, this is not good at all. 65 minutes. Tonali whips. Doesn't win. There's no one wins. Tonali again. Kalu. Rafael Leao. Todibo. Tonali. Tomori. That's the highlight. Some stage we're going to have to think about subs to change this. Very evenly poised at 0-0. Kaluva tackle falls back to them. Barella's now got a chance to hit one from distance. Instead he got into the box and made the angle too much for himself. We are going to look about making a change here. We could go like for like and bring Andre Gula on. That is definitely an option. But I don't know. I'm going to go that. I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to go 2 box-to-box midfielders with a deeper line and go a little bit more like that. I'm actually going to get Roman Tisney in for Bruno, who's had a stinker, and I'm going to get him on attack. Slight change to the team. I'm going to leave both strikers out there for now. But this has been really poor, really cagey. We don't like this at all. Dumpster Dad, Barella, Skriniar, Barella, Lamar, Dumpster Dad again. Great player, love him. Esposito, picked off by Tonali. Those 2 box-to-box midfielders should be working absolutely tirelessly to win that ball back. Ball and a half to Rafael Leao and Onana. What a keeping. To pick it off his toe. Should have been 1-0. I think Rafael Leao's going to do better. We squeeze now. I think we're going to warm up Mose Keane here for Victor Roque. Skriniar, Barella, Dumfries, Lamar beats Theo Hernandez, which is hard to do. Barella, Ricky of all people, that's a goal. Oh, should have been a goal. We're very lucky. Very quickly played out by Mannigan. Struggling with the pace of the match. Nervous. Well, Mose Keane, you're in. Adrian Gruel is going to come in, and that's mainly due to penalties. And I'm going to go back to an advanced playmaker attack. Can Calabria take a pen? 10 compared to 6. I'm going to do that as well. Here we are. Starting to think of penalty shootouts now, which is not good. Time ticks. 88 minutes play. Is there going to be a moment? There's not really. This game is just peated. Into extra time. I'm going to get very aggressive at these lads because I don't think we've been good enough at all. Really a struggle to break into down. Now there's an injury to Theo Hernandez. Oh, God. That's our best penalty taker too. Well, I think this is trouble, boys. How this has been played, I think we lose this one, which is awful. Dumfries. Moment. Great save from Mannigan. I'm actually going to mirror him now. I just feel like without Theo Hernandez bombing on, we've done not much. I'm actually going to mirror it into now and go 4-3-3. Ball to Rafael Leao, who does well to keep it in, but loses out. I've gone slightly more defensive, looking to keep a little bit more of the ball and go with width. Tisney now. Tomori. Still got width there in Michaelenko. Down the line. Penalty? Not given. There's never going to be a pen anyway. This is our issue, is that we've lost the ball in good areas too much today. Costa Simicas, Chanoglu. Ball and a half over to Esposito. Tomori's lost his man. Mannigan needs to save me. Well, in the end, Tomori covered well. They've just been playing with ball over the top and it's killing us all day. We have not played well at all. We do not deserve to win this final. Don't use the 4-3 too much, but this is kind of me saying we've not played well. We need to get this to a shootout. We need to be more defensively solid. We cannot afford to go and have both wing backs bomb on and not have anyone truck their full backs or their wingers. So let's go wide as well. Anyway, we can still win in this system. Adre Gula will maybe get there. Dumfries did well, but Adre Gula gets there. Tisney now, one of the youngsters. Ismail Benacour, of all people, forced Onana into a good save. Could you imagine the guy that we basically have said we're taking you out because we think David Fratesi's better and in better form? Nearly bangs it in. I will say we do not have our best penalty takers on the park, and we really hope Theo Hernandez's injury is not long term. It was just tiredness because he's a big out. We've also just rejected big money from Michaelenko from Real Madrid. Big money's 30 mil for him. Time ticks away though. Leaving it as is. Can we find a moment? I'm too scared to really go attacking here, and it is going to be a shootout. And as you can see, out of all the good penalty takers we generally have, we're in trouble. Anyway, Adre Gula in there, Bencour in there, Mose Keane's in there, Tonali's going to take a pen, which then leaves Rafael Leao to take a pen, which then leaves, I think it's Tisney with the composure. Then I think it's Calabria, and I actually think Mike's ahead of the rest, to be fair as well. They've also got pretty decent composure as well. Let's hope we don't need more than 8. Penalty shootout is going to decide the Super Cup final. Both teams played 120 minutes without scoring. Very Italian Super Cup final. Chanoglu sends Manigan the wrong way. Onana made one massive save already in this save. Adre Gula to take the first penalty. Always important, but is our best penalty taker on the pitch. So steps up and sees it saved by Manigan. 1-0 down after 1 each. Not good at all. Esposito sends Manigan the wrong way again. Something tells me, unfortunately, that this is not good. Benacour must score, or else we have lost this Super Cup final. Onana's on both way both times. Good penalty from Benacour. Barella now. We need Manigan to make a save here. Like, this penalty preferably. 2-1 after 2 each. Barella ain't saving that. Mose Keane now must score. Must get the 3-2 after 3 each. Mose Keane steps up. First time we've sent Onana the wrong way. Thank you very much, Mose Keane. Okay, who's stepping up here? Costa Tsimikas. Now, he can take a pen, proven by the FA Cup final, which he scored to win. And well, that's a penalty and a half. I would have dived the same way Manigan did then as well, because that's where Costa usually goes. Alright. 4-2. Must score, or we lose. Sandro Tonali steps up, puts it into the top bin. Manigan must save, or we lose the Super Cup final. Dumpster dad. Oh, jeez. Big moment. Come on, Manigan. Dumfries versus Manigan. Oh no, Manigan gets fingers and hits the inside of the bar and in. Are you serious? We lose in a shootout in one of the most boring games of Football Manager ever. I cannot believe we've just lost that. But there you go. I cannot believe we just lost that. We do not deserve anything out of it. You have a look at the data hub, and you have a look at the last match, and you have a look at the momentum of the match. The only thing you can say is when we switched 4-3-3 in extra time, we kind of shocked them and we dominated there. But Inter dominated that game and had that under control. And that's my worry for the Champions League, is we'll come up against a side that is defensively as solid and can sit there and just keep numbers behind the ball and pump balls over the top. Even though Tomori is very good at tracking, and we do have, obviously, Todibo, who is super duper quick as well, you still get caught out on Football Manager, which is a thing. But yeah, look, not good enough. Didn't play well. Lost in a penalty shootout, which means we're going to be very tired for this Genoa game, but I will rotate. But yeah, look, that is not what we were after. It's unfortunate. Wish we could do it. We didn't, and that's that. Till next time, though, which will be a Champions League knockout stage. Adre Gula missed the pen, and he was the best penalty taker on the park with 13. 13 with 15 composure. Shouldn't have missed many pens. But missed then, was a good save. It was at a keeper height. Rest of the penalties were okay. Yeah, that injury to Theo Hernandez is what's going to be 4 to 6 days. That's okay. Look, it doesn't change what we have to do this year. It's unfortunate, but we're still odds-on favourite to win the league from the position we're in. We're still odds-on favourite to probably win the cup as well, but it's all about the Champions League. And as long as we can do it, we'll be okay. But a very disappointing episode, and a very boring one at that. A very Italian Cup final. See you next time. Thank you and goodbye.